Lovelies. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Oluwabukumi of Bukubanks Cakes, and you're welcome to today's episode. As the title of this episode says, I'll be sharing on things that I will do if I am a beginner baker or if I am looking into becoming a baker in 2025. So stay with me, let's grow together, like I always say. If I want to start baking today, the first thing that I am going to do will be to go for training. Yes, that is the first thing that I will need to go. Of course, I've heard people say that you can learn on YouTube, and I do not disregard the truth that you can learn on YouTube. But the truth is that there is something about going for physical training when you want to start out as a baker. Maybe it's just me, but I've heard even people say that you need to go for physical training. Why? Because when you go for physical training, you are able to learn on the job. Of course, when I started out as a baker, I trained first somewhere for 3 months. Then I went for advanced training where I trained for another like 6 months. And from there, I can say that many things that I know in baking today were things that I learned when I went for baking training, when I went to baking school. So in as much as you can learn on YouTube, one thing that going to a baking school or a bakery to learn will do for you is that it will fasten your journey. The truth is that you don't even know who you should check on YouTube. I've even discovered that some people may not show you everything on YouTube, but there are some things that you learn hands-on because you go there every day, you see how it is being done every day. It sticks to you, and that way you find it much more easier to be able to get along when you start your baking journey. So the first thing I would do if I'm starting out as a baker is that I'll go for physical training, and then after I go for physical training, I will complement it with videos that I watch online on YouTube, on Facebook, or whatsoever channel that I want to learn from. So as a baker, the first thing I will learn to do is to go for physical training. All right, number 2 thing that I will do if I'm a beginner baker will be that I will buy a cake dummy and I will practice and practice and practice. I remember that was one of the things that really helped me when I started out as a baker in 2018. I got a cake dummy. The cake dummy is somewhere here. Oh, funny enough, it is here. So this was my first cake dummy. It's now old. I bought it in 2018. Of course, I've not used it in a long while. Maybe when I have a student, we'll bring it up again. So this was my first dummy. It's wooden. I used it in 2018. So while my boss taught me at my baking school, when I get home, I practice. And what do? I just mixed my buttercream, that's sugar and icing sugar and flavor. I mixed that and I mixed a large quantity and I set it aside. And so anytime I'm being taught, I come back home and I practice. I'll put some pictures of the cake I designed with this dummy up here for you. You'll see it somewhere here. And of course, you will not even be able to tell that was a dummy. 2 things this will do for you if you are going to get a dummy and you practice. Number 1 thing it will do for you is that it will help you to sharpen your skill as a baker. I remember when I got my first order, it was in December 2018, and my friend just said that he saw that I've been baking, that I've been covering dummies, because my friend comes around to the house then, that I should bake a cake for his mommy's birthday that was coming up. And of course, I was not really sure that can I do this. Of course, baking on a dummy, decorating on a dummy is different from baking real life. But really, I pulled through and the mom really liked the cake. Now, I wish that I have the video of that picture. Of course, I know that it will not look like what I really want. But of course, I was able to pull through that order because I had been practicing. So don't wait till maybe after your graduation from the baking school before you now decide to start practicing. As soon as you start learning, you already have the recipes, you've started decorating classes. Get yourself a dummy and start practicing. The more you practice, the more you get better. The saying practice makes better is actually true. So get yourself a dummy and start practicing, and that way you will see that in a short while you will become better at baking. Let me add this. The second thing practicing on a dummy will do for you is that when you practice on a dummy, you can snap those pictures and post online for people to see that you are baking. Because the truth is that as a new baker, you may not get orders as fast as possible, and so you may be struggling with what to post online. But once you get yourself a dummy, you can always post those pictures of your dummy cakes, and you will see that from there people will get to know that okay, this person can bake a cake, let me order a cake from such a person. Of course, let me show you those pictures again. These pictures do not really look like they were dummies, but they were dummies. And of course, at those times I posted them on my Facebook, I posted them on my Instagram, and from there people could say that, oh, Bukumi now bakes, let's patronize her for our next event. So get yourself a dummy, practice, 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 and keep practicing. Even till now, I practice with dummies. I have bigger dummies now, styrofoam dummies. I practice with them, and that is what you should do. Number 3 on my list will be that you should give yourself to learning and reading. There's a whole lot to learn and to read. One mistake that bakers make is that they think that baking is just all about decorating cake and giving it to the customer. But if you want to go into the business of baking, you need to know about business. So when I say you learn, I mean that learn basic things such as sales and marketing, how to talk to a customer, how to relate with a customer, how to price cakes, and there are videos about sales and marketing that you can check on YouTube. There are books that you can read about how to sell to people, how to relate with customers, how to price your goods. So the place of learning cannot be overemphasized. Learn, learn, learn. Learn about things outside baking. Learn about sales and marketing. Learn about profit, net profit. Learn about how to handle customers. Learn about a whole lot of things. Learn about organization. Learn about time management. If you learn about these things, they will help you in structuring your business and getting a business that is well set up. All right, so moving on, next thing I will be talking about is to put a structure to your baking business. So now I'm assuming that you have gone to a baking school, you have gotten the right knowledge, and you are ready to start out. I would say that put a structure to your business. And when I say put a structure to your business, it should be you differentiating whether you are doing a hobby or you are running a business. You know, when I first started out baking, my mom will always say that, are you running a business? Abi you are running a hobby. Because of course you want to give people free cakes. Of course you just want to do things like, let me just do it, at least when I do it, eventually it will become something that everybody will know. But really, I would advise that from the start you put a structure to your business. And what do I mean by putting a structure to your business? Get yourself a business name. Maybe in another video I will talk about the choice of business name and that. Get yourself a business name. After you get yourself a business name, put a face to your business. Decorate a logo. Get a designer to design a logo for your business. After that, another way you put structure to your business is to register the name of your business with CAC, so that you will not think that you are the one that owns the name and somebody else already has the name. So register your business with CAC. And when you register your business, another thing I will say is that maybe you open a business account. When you open a business account, it will improve your credibility, and people will believe that, okay, this person is not just running a business, this person is not just a scammer or something. I know some people that will only order from you because the account number you gave them is a business account. So I'll advise that you open a corporate account. I'll also advise that you have a price list. This one is going to be in my video of costing. I think that I'm going to do a video, not I think, I'm sure that I'll do a video on cake pricing very soon. Have a price list so that when people order, you don't need to be fighting how much is this cake last, give me last price. No, there's already a price list that people will see that this is the prices of your cake, and that way you will avoid story that touch or crying because you were priced in a cheap way. So put structure to your business. Another way you will put structure to your business is that you will open social media account. See, I wish that I have a lot of things on my social media. When I opened my Facebook, I was not always serious. I was posting and going. But the truth is that those things are track record for your business. The truth is that you don't know how much posting consistently will do for your business, because you are reaching more people and a lot of things. You can get customers from there. So open Instagram account, Facebook account, TikTok account, and post consistently. That way you'll be able to get more people to see what you are doing. So I can't overemphasize the place of putting structure to your business. Put structure to your business and you'll be glad that you did. So I don't want this video to be unnecessarily long. Another thing I would want to say is that learn how to use basic AI tools, like learn how to use Canva. I have a video on this channel that teaches how to use Canva for a beginner baker. So you can check that video on how to use Canva. Learn how to use tools like Canva, learn how to use different AI tools, ChatGPT, that will help you, Pinterest, InShot, CapCut. These are tools that will help you in your businesses. So that will be all for today. If you have any question, of course, you can ask me in the comment section. So do well to like, to subscribe, and to share this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.